Hi, I'm Tim, and welcome to Watch You On. Thanks for logging on. Today we are looking at one of the best kept secrets in the world of high horology. You're looking at the Zenith Class Elite. Now, since 1865, Zenith has been the quintessential manufacturer, really the first Swiss watch full-scope manufacturer to bring every trade of the formerly scattered cottage industry of Swiss watchmaking under one roof into one factory complex. Not so much to industrialize it in the mass production sense, just to make sure that all the people who made the parts were talking to each other. And that was for the best. Now, since 1969, roughly a century after the company was founded, Zenith has been known as the El Primero company because of its landmark high-beat automatic integrated chronograph movement. And that's a wonderful thing. It's a tremendous legacy to modern high horology, but it understates the full scope of Zenith's competence as a watchmaker, which includes other movements. And since 1994, this, as I stated, has been the best kept secret, because the Zenith Elite caliber is every inch the equal of the El Primero in quality, in accuracy, in watchmaking savoir-faire, and in this Zenith Class Elite 37mm stainless steel, you get the best of the caliber 680 Elite in one of the most iconic ultra-thin dress watch formats you could buy at any price. This watch represents tremendous value, again, at any price. Paying more will not get you a better movement. It will not get you a more subtle, thoughtful design, and it will not get you a better ultra-thin dress watch fit. So let's start with the fit. On the wrist, this watch feels like a second skin. If you've ever worn one of those thinner than thin quartz watches with a gummy or a silicone strap and thought, you know, this just feels like an extension of my wrist. It feels like it's almost not there. It sits so flat, not only does it not catch on a sleeve or a cuff, but I could forget it's there until I look at it. I sometimes even, might worry that it's not there and double check out of alarm. It's that thin, it's that light. True to form, when Zenith calls something ultra thin, they mean it. This watch is only 7.85 millimeters thick total. The movement is 3.28 millimeters thick. Now, there are companies out there that are trying to pass off 11, 12 millimeter watches as ultra thins. That makes me slap my forehead and call BS. The bottom line is that if you want a case study in ultra thin automatic movements, and this one with small seconds and a date, look no further. You can see how flush it fits against the skin. Now this watch at 37 millimeters is the perfect size for a dress watch. Not too small like 32 millimeter vintage references, and not cartoonish like the 42 millimeter quote dress watches being peddled today. This would look great on any wrist because it shows taste, it shows discretion, it shows a sense of priorities. When you have your sports watch on, it's big, it's bold, it's loud, it's proud. When you're wearing a dress watch, discretion, fine watchmaking, traditional styles, a seamless look. That's what you're going for, and that's what you get with the Zenith Class Elite. Now, look at those lugs. Look at how gracefully they flare out and arc. This watch has character because it has contour. Now, some watches that are simply too large, that are trying to be made compatible with human anatomy, they skimp on the lugs. They don't give you enough arc to the lugs. They don't give you enough curvature, and they don't give you compound curves because they don't have any more real estate to work with. Once that huge case is on your wrist, the watchmakers are trying to figure out how they can design the rest to fit. When Zenith made this 37 millimeter case, they gave themselves plenty of room to run so that the watch can have proper, big, beautiful, traditional lugs, and I really appreciate that. It feels a treat on my 6 1/3 inch wrist, 16 centimeters for those keeping score in metric areas. This watch feels perfect. Now let's talk a little bit about the dial because it also looks the business. Now the dial is silvered, it's convex, it's almost a bowl shape turned upside down. The dial moves upward from its periphery where it meets the case, upward towards its center, and there's this emphasis from the edge to the center that's dynamic on this watch. The index is right here, triangular, triangular. They're mirrored by this date window right here, which is actually trapezoidal, so it's tapering towards the center. Two different textures. There's sort of a satin-grained finish around the hour track that is all applied Arabic numerals, all applied indexes, with a satin finish and a printed minute track. And then there's this clou de Paris inner dial with a little circumference around it, a special little line that visually divides the satin from the clou de Paris. And then there's small seconds at 9, itself with contrasting finishes, with a seconds track that's situated between two concentric circles, and then a sunburst inner guillot shape pattern. Very beautiful, very subtle. Everything about this dial plays with an elan, an attention to detail that adds warmth. And it's difficult to work with silver appliques, silver hands, a silver dial, a steel case. That could appear frigid, chilly, austere, off-putting, if not treated with such delicacy. Zenith makes no such mistakes, but Zenith is known for its movements above and beyond. As their corporate slogan says, life is in the movement. And they give you a great one in the caliber 680 Elite. I want to show you what I mean when I say they give you a great movement. Attention to detail, like a double directional, quick set date. It can be set in either direction without hazard to the movement. How often do you see that on a watch that costs less than 5 figures? Awesome, thoughtful, contemporary, and useful. That's watchmaking at its best. Now you turn this watch over and you can see the caliber 680 Elite, 3.28 millimeters thick. For comparison's sake, a very fine automatic winding movement that's ubiquitous in the industry, the ETA 2892A2, often used in chronometer grade in Omega watches like the Seamaster 300 meter professional diver. That is 3.6 millimeters thick. This is just as durable, even more modern. Bidirectional winding features, like I said, small seconds and a date, and it's only 3.28 millimeters thick. It's thinner than that fine Omega ETA movement, and compare it to the benchmark Rolex 3135. In many watches that cost far more than this Zenith, that Rolex is 6 millimeters thick. Again, you don't get any real advantages in terms of precision or durability. This Elite is up to snuff, but it's almost half the thickness. If you want a real comparable, look at the Girard-Perregaux GP3300 series, and now we're talking about high horology heavy hitters. That's the kind of comparable you have to seek to find something that can go blow for blow with the feature set, the finish, the fine engineering, and the quality and the thinness of this Elite caliber 680. 26 jewels. This is bidirectional winding, so you don't have that unseemly freewheeling effect you get with unidirectional winders, like, for instance, something like a Valjoux 7750, or, I should say, a Girard-Perregaux 3300. So advantage Zenith over Girard-Perregaux in that case. Now the finish is outstanding. A tight and even perlage pattern on the base plates. You get circular graining on the brass wheels. You get circular cote de Genève on the bridges themselves. So perlage on the plates, circular cote de Genève on the bridges, clou de Paris on the rotor, circular graining on the wheels. Quite beautiful, and to be honest, this movement is the business. For the money, you will not find anything finer, more accurate, or more contemporary, because having been designed in 1994, Zenith was able to merge the two modern threads of watchmaking, respect for tradition and traditional watchmaker's craft, but also computer-assisted modeling, computer-assisted design. That's why when the first Zenith Elite movements went together, they went together right the first time. There was no growing pains period. Everything about this movement was tested by trial and error before metal ever hit metal. And you're still going to benefit from that years later, because this design was done right from the beginning, and Zenith has only refined it since. This is an outstanding watch. 3 ATM water resistance, so it's not one for the pool, but for almost any other occasion I can conceive. This combination of white metal, a gorgeous black alligator strap, and a full deployant clasp is the ideal companion. This is the one watch. If you're looking for that watch, this Zenith Class Elite, available from Watch You Want, is it.